Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and this is the first of many showcases for new Vision. And I wanted to do something unique with this, and I've heard a lot of you guys talking about, well, this obelisk or this CTP or that CTP, you know, that really is affecting a lot of your results, Cynicalex, and you throw a CTP of Rage and all these characters, and they're only good because they got CTPs or they got this or they got that. So I decided, for all you people out there, just do something fun and do something original here. I'm hiding what I'm using, so you can't actually tell if you know. I mean, maybe you can tell if you have your own vision and you know from the amount of damage that I'm putting out. But otherwise, you can't tell if I'm using a CTP of Rage, if I'm using a CTP of Destruction, a CTP of Energy. Perhaps I'm using a regular obelisk. Perhaps I'm using a CTP of Free-to-Play. Maybe I'm using a CTP of Authority. Who knows? And we'll find out at the end what I am using. But in the meantime, you have to really appreciate what's going on here. Now, I don't know if he can do all of this without this uniform, but it's only a 750 crystal uniform, so it's not too expensive. I know for some people it's not on the top of their list, and I don't think this video is supposed to make you want to purchase this uniform, but I want to show you what Vision can do maxed out. That was a no leadership stage 71 Shadowland that he just blew through. That was 71 right there. We're on to 72 now, and he did that with, well, we'll talk about the build later, but first I gotta get revenge. Okay, if you guys seen Endgame, of course you've seen Endgame. You guys have seen Infinity War, of course you have. Okay, we gotta get revenge on Thanos, the Mad Titan. He ripped the Mind Stone out of my boy Vision's forehead. He killed him. He angered Wanda. You guys all seem to love Wanda. So let's get revenge. We're gonna go stage 25 Thanos. We're gonna give him, we're gonna give Vision the appropriate amount of buffs. This is a huge team buff, but it's a huge task to have a level 70 Vision take on a stage 25 Thanos, which is not that easy. And I think it can go higher than 25, but I want to show you guys something really magical here. So we're gonna go with these strikers. Now, a few tips that I have before we get into the fight. Anti-venom is pretty important because the healing is really nice. It's not necessarily needed. You can definitely play perfectly with the Vision and basically never get hit because he's got so many iframes. He's got immunity, he's got invincibility. But if you make any kind of mistake or you have any sort of interruption, anti-venom is there to clean up the mess. On top of that, you don't want to bring Mind Control Strikers. Mind Control Strikers are bad against Thanos in the second phase of the fight anyways, from 11 bars down to 0 because the Mind Control doesn't work. Those other debuffs don't work. So you're bringing in heavy hitters like Mr. Fantastic, like Sharon Rogers, and then Silver Surfer hits pretty hard. He's there for the he's there for the all defense down in the first 9 bars, and then Arrow is also there for the all defense down in the first 9 bars. But actually, I think you could definitely substitute Arrow for someone like Namor without the uniform because of the physical damage. But actually, you know what? Vision has energy damage, so actually I wouldn't use Namor, but you could absolutely use Mr. Captain America because you're gonna get hit. Cap hits really hard at tier 3, especially my Cap has a CTP of Rage, and he's gonna provide all defense down as well, but he also just has good damage with his other skills, and even if he just does 4 or 5, those skills have good damage. So you don't want to bring Mind Control Strikers, but you definitely do want to, or it's definitely suggested that you bring all defense down strikers, because the nice thing about Vision is all his damage comes from just the accumulate. Look at this, so savage, and you have no idea what I'm using, if I'm using a CTP or what. But all the damage comes from accumulating on 3 and then popping off with the 5th skill. Now, if you don't accumulate, you're not going to see a huge damage increase. So I sometimes like to just start off with 4 into 5. Now, the advantage of 4 into 5 is that you're going to get your proc. I died. All right, so that first death was my bad. That was the recap and reminder of how Infinity War went down, so that we can get revenge as Vision against the big purple grape. And now, normally we are going to do 4 into 5, excuse me. So that 3 into 5 combo was just a one-time thing because we want to accumulate. But generally speaking, you use 4 and 5 because 4 has a lot of little hits that allows you to proc your 5, and then 1 and 2 are used defensively, and then you just reposition. And the really important thing with vision is to remember that the accumulation on 3, you gotta get hit. But when you get hit with the accumulation on 3, the damage is so good that it's, you know, you definitely want to get hit. So we're accumulating. Oh, we would have popped off there. We're gonna have to eat a little bit of damage here, but we would have popped off if it wasn't for that. We'll get him back, but yeah. You get some really crazy damage when you accumulate with 3. It takes a little bit of practice. Thanos can be a bit tricky for vision specifically because of the debuff. Now, Thanos can debuff. We're going to use 3 here, get hit, and then use 5. Really nice. Now, yeah, what happens is the debuff takes away invincibility only. So, vision actually has a little bit of a harder time against Thanos than you might expect. Namely because, look at that, surprise. Woo. But he stays in it. It's tight. It's tight sometimes. It can be kind of crazy, and it can be kind of hectic against Thanos. But Vision stays in it. You got to remember a couple things. The immunity on 3 is not debuffable, so definitely count on the immunity on 3 to protect you. The invincibility on 5 is debuffable, so you don't want to rely on that to protect you. But look at this. Look at that damage. That damage is, when you get the 3-5 damage, and you get the accumulation, if Thanos jumps and slams on you and stuff like that, the damage is so nice. And so you can definitely use that to your advantage here. Especially, boom, look at this. And then you just turn around and blast in his face. How beautiful is that? So much damage. So much revenge for Vision. We're going to get the accumulation here and pop off. And even off proc, the damage is pretty good. And we're just waiting. We're waiting for that tick down. Yeah, there we go. He was like a sliver of health away. But look at this, man. Vision's doing stage 25. Yeah, he's got a full host of strikers. Yeah, he's got double support here. But I think this is really impressive. I want to get this kill because I haven't actually gotten this kill confirmed. I just have the practice that I've done. But we're gonna use 3, get hit, and then pop 5. Look at that damage. Beautiful damage. Love seeing those bars just melt away. We're going to use 4. Protect ourselves. More damage. Nice. Okay, he's going to use that. We're going to eat this accumulation, and then we're going to give it right back. Nice. Nice. You got this, Viz. Look at that, man. Using that accumulation to your advantage. We're going to pop 4 into 5. And you just need to listen for that slam. You gotta listen for the slam because the slam will bring those purple lines on you, and then you also have to pay attention for the meteors falling. But I like also being able to switch over to Nick Fury because oh, you want to slam on me? It's time for me to slam on you, baby. Yeah, there it is. That's why I got the headphones on so I can hear the little click for the slam. Nice. Okay, he's doing the beam. I'm gonna take this, accumulate, and give it right back. And there we go. Stage 25. Vision. 45 seconds left. And he can do it even faster if you can play better at the beginning. But wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You guys have no idea what kind of build I have on Vision. But he gets it done. With a max raid level and with my cards and with Nick Fury and Coulson. But I think this is really impressive, and it's especially going to be impressive when you check out the build. So let's go check out the build now for taking down Thanos and taking down a stage 71 Shadowland with no leadership. That's something also to talk about. So we got to rank 360 Vision, which is nice. Rank 360 Vision, excuse me. We've got a legendary uniform with dodge, energy attack, ignore defense, and dodge. You can also go for something like skill cooldown here if you need that, or possibly attack speed, but I think he buffs his attack speed on his skills. Remember that because he gives himself a crit rate buff with this uniform, the 20% crit rate, and the all attack buff, you don't need to max his crit rate. So I've only got 43% crit rate. I've got maxed out crit damage, maxed out ignore defense, maxed out cooldown. You can probably tell now from these stats what I've got in terms of the CTP. And then we've got a stage 7 Power of Angry Hulk. So this is only a 22% bonus. You can go way higher than that. You can go to 25, you can go to 30, you can go to 40. And then the last but not least, what was I using to get all that juicy damage against Thanos and against that stage 70 Shadowland with no leadership? That's right. I was using a crit damage, 200% damage proc. Isn't that sweet? So you can go back and rewatch that fight, rewatch that sick damage, stage 25, blowing off 2 bars in a row. And it's essentially, I mean, the uniform does help, so I will put that out there. I don't think he's going to be able to do quite as much damage with this uniform because it's got, of course, the 20% all attack bonus, which is, I think, is a big deal. So you can see here right now, I'm rocking 28,500 energy attack, and then when we switch it over, he drops to 23,400, or just under 500. So he loses about 5,000 energy attack. That's a lot to lose. I can check the, yeah, this is a little bit lower than this one. So you are losing a little bit there as well. So if you mythic that old uniform, it would give you a little bit more, this Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. But I think more than that, I think what's really giving him a lot of power, of course, is the 20% all attack, 20% crit rate buff. That's adding even more damage, but it's really that combination. And you can do the combo of Electricity Emission and Noble Light with any uniform. So you might not be able to do 25 Thanos, but you'll be able to do 20 Thanos. You might not be able to do stage 70, but you'll be able to do stage 60, which is crazy to think he got such a wild rework. And so essentially, you hit this skill, it gives you the immunity, and it gives you the 4% attack increase for each damage taken. So that can give you a total stack. I mean, I think it's about 40%. No, it's 15. So 4 times 15 is 60%. So it gives you a 60% all attack bonus on top of whatever else you're getting. And then you proc on 5, and the damage is just gnarly. 5 is a really high damage skill. Burst damage, 8-second cooldown when you got max skill cooldown. And then you just use 1, 2, and 4 to sort of play possum and sort of dodge him around. So I'm really happy with Vision's rework. It's not quite as spicy as Rogue's in terms of all the different effects that she has, but he's very, very effective. And he's also very unique, not necessarily for current content in Marvel Future Fight, but he's very unique in the sense that he is an energy attacking character who's blast type, but he deals all physical damage. So this is a very, very unique type of character. He can take advantage of like Ancient One's leadership or Star-Lord's leadership, but in the end, he'll be doing physical damage. So you could, for example, you can put him on a team. Let's say we go and put him here. We can put him on this team here, and we can go and find Star-Lord, and we can use his leadership because it gives energy attack, and that's something that Vision will benefit from. So you can see here, he's got 28,000 energy attack, but then when I switch over to Star-Lord, he's now got 35,000 energy attack. So 35,000 energy attack, but that's going to give him more physical damage. So you can actually bring in Star-Lord and Vision against Proxima and do a ton of damage. You can bring this group up against Corvus and do a bunch of damage because you guys are talking about that 20% energy defense. Guys, by the way, that Luna Snow Quicksilver comparison against Corvus, we did one against Thanos as well, but the one for Corvus, the amount of energy defense that Corvus gets in that phase is 20%. That's so small. It's a tiny, tiny number. Anyways, I don't want to deviate from the point. The point is, this man is a badass. What did you guys think of hiding the obelisk information until the end of the video? Did you like that or did you not like that? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Hit me up on Discord, Twitter, etc. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.